ladies and gents, remember that REY movie they've threatened us with? Well, we've got some new details about it. Oh, sorry, you didn't know? Well, a bit of a backstory. At Star Wars Celebration, they announced, hey, what we're going to do, that character that you all loved, no wait, hated? Did you love it? Did you hate it? We'll just go with the fact that you loved it. We're going to bring her back for a movie that we genuinely think is highly anticipated and maybe you're going to love it. And no, wait, sorry, you hate it? And you can't be bothered? Well, we're going to make that movie anyway. That's right. They're making a REY movie set in the future. Yay! Ta-da! It sounds like garbage, doesn't it? Well, there you go. You've now been caught up. And here's the latest information on it. So, interesting. Dear oh dear. So this year's WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes have led to significant delays for countless upcoming projects. After all, our favourite movies can't be made without people to write them. Josh Wilding of comicbook.com. You are funny. The writers are garbage. Anyway, and the talented stars that bring them to life. So yeah, basically, the strikes have caused significant delays. But it's looking like there's going to be a deal soon. They're not going to keep it going for that much longer. They can't. So, Star Wars movies. There was 3 announced. 3. There was a Dave Filoni project, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Probably will. That was going to tie up all of the Mandalorian universe stuff. And there was a movie. It was set like 25,000 years before everything. Didn't sound that great, and that was from the director of the latest Indiana Jones, but because that was a huge flop, that's unlikely to happen. And then there was this movie, the REY movie. Of course, Daisy Ridley was going to come back for that as well. So, yay to that, I guess. But those are the projects, and we haven't really heard much of them, but now here's the latest. So, according to StarWarsNews.net, which is pretty reliable to be fair, they think Stephen Knight will have finished his latest draft of the screenplay by the end of this month. Thanksgiving sort of time. So, by Christmas, the script will likely be in Lucasfilm's hands. Now, the site, not really sure whether cameras will be rolling in London in terms of like April and things like that, but they speculate August, September start date now seems more likely. So there's that, I guess. And in terms of the title, recently there have been rumblings online it could be called Star Wars A New Beginning. Yay to that, I guess. Many of those people that sort of posited that obviously laughed at it and things like that. But StarWarsNews.net says, and I quote, Lucasfilm hasn't decided on a title for the film yet, and is more focused, check this piece of hilarity out, on getting the actual story right for now. Wow. Alright then. However, A New Beginning isn't out of the question. So it may be that that's actually something which has been floated around for a while. And in theory as well, like that may be one of the things it shoots under, but not the actual release title. So there's that. And this is James Mangold. That's the guy who did Indiana Jones. Actually a good director. Has been, anyway. Ford versus Ferrari. Watch it if you like. That's a bloody good film. Anyway, so as for that one, he's obviously been hired by the studio to tell the story of the first Jedi, thousands of years in the past. And another movie is the Dave Filoni one. Potentially Grand Admiral Thrawn, but we don't know. And then the REY film. Set 15 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. And that's with notorious activist Charmin Obaid-Chinoy going to be working on that film. And this project, by the way, is an epic shit show because there's been quite a lot of scripts put about this film. Now, interestingly enough, there was this project was posited by a writer initially. Damon Lindelof decided, right, you know what, I'm gonna pitch this movie. Pitched the movie, started writing it. Then Charmin Obaid-Chinoy was brought on to direct it, but it was pitched initially from the writer who was writing it. And then he'd got on board another writer, and everyone left the project to do a creative differences, which doesn't make any sense when you've hired the writer to begin with from his own pitch. And then the only person that they kept on board was Sharmina Bay-Chinoy. And at the end of the day, that is a very bad sign, because that goes to show she is just a director for hire, which doesn't bode it doesn't bode well anyway, because she's an activist, but it doesn't bode well with respect to the project overall. So they pitch the film, they like the film, they start writing it, and then they're like, no, we're not going to do that now, actually. But we'll keep the director on board, because why not? Very strange. But the thought is that Daisy Ridley will reprise her role as Rey, now a Jedi Master, looking to create a new Jedi Order, while attempting to combat the dark forces that rise up to stop her. Because, of course, the dark side will return. Now, interestingly enough, within that, there's said to be 2 students, apprentices, a girl, of course, and a boy. And it's thought that, of course, the girl will have incredible powers, because the Force is all about that pussy. And the male will probably turn to the dark side and probably represent misogyny, because that's, I would imagine, this is, the direction they're going to go in, because that's as heavy-handed this company is about this show, generally speaking. So, yay. So, there we go. There we go. Apparently, it's got a May 22nd, 2026 release date. Could still keep that, to be fair. Could still keep that. But yeah, no title, because they just focus on getting the story right for now. I believe that when I see it. This movie will be garbage. But Star Wars, like I said, StarWarsNews.net is pretty good, by and large, for a lot of this stuff. Actually. Very, very decent. But there's been a bunch of internal meetings, of course. So, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't sound very good, but poor sources, as per their statement, anyway, Lucasfilm hasn't decided on a title. Get the story right. I hear that saying this is the title of as of today is absolutely incorrect. But at some point, a short list of possible titles will be considered, and A New Beginning is not out of the question. Does that mean there's already a list that includes it? I personally wouldn't be surprised, but couldn't find out. So we don't know where that came from, but yeah. Not good. This sounds crap. Who cares about this, honestly? But yay. More Daisy Ridley. More shitty Star Wars that no one's interested in. Good times. And even I'm running out of steam talking about this now. So I'm going to go. Leave your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.